Hello there, back again to give you some interesting film trivia. Now with Finding Dory about to come out, it is actually the 17th Pixar film. So, today we're going to have a look at some of the top trivia to do with the very first Pixar film, Toy Story. Number 17. Sid Phillips is said to be inspired by an employee of Pixar with the same last name who would actually disassemble toys himself and then rebuild them into his own bizarre creations, very similar to Sid himself in the film. Number 16. Toy Story was the first animated film in Oscar history to be nominated for Best Screenplay Academy Award, Original or Adapted. Number 15. Toy Story is also the first, and as of 2016, to receive a special Honorary Achievement Academy Award. It was given to director John Lasseter for the development and inspired application of techniques that have made possible the first feature-length computer animated film. More than 50 years earlier, Walt Disney himself received an Honorary Academy Award for his work on Snow White and the Seven Dwarfs. Number 14. Toy Story was the highest grossing film of 1995, taking in a worldwide gross of over $360 million. Number 13. Tom Hanks recorded his dialogue during the breaks of Sleepless in Seattle and A League of Their Own. He didn't want to do his dialogue during the breaks of Philadelphia and Forrest Gump because he didn't want to do a comedic role whilst filming his serious roles. Number 12. What attracted Tom Hanks to the role of Woody was the fact that when he was a child, he wondered whether or not his toys actually came alive when no one was in his bedroom. What attracted Tim Allen to the role of Buzz Lightyear was the fact that Pixar had offered the role of Buzz Lightyear to his inspiration, Chevy Chase, who in fact turned the role down. Lucky for Tim Allen there. Number 11. Tim Allen has said in many interviews that Pixar originally wanted Jim Carrey to voice Buzz Lightyear and Paul Newman to voice Woody, but Pixar couldn't afford them due to the low budget they were given for the film. It is said that Jim Carrey was to represent New Hollywood and Paul Newman to represent Old Hollywood, and to show how new was taken over the old. Number 10. The animation team perfected the movement of the toy soldiers by nailing a pair of sneakers to a sheet of wood and had them try to walk around with them. Number 9. Whenever a character's eyes blink, they don't blink at the same time. Each eye blinks one at a time. In 2013, Toy Story was remade shot for shot with real toys and real people. It took Jonathan Pauly and his friends 2 years to complete the 82-minute film. Number 7. During the production of the movie, Steve Jobs made a private phone call to the producer Ralph Guggenheim to try and convince him to use Bob Dylan as the writer and performer of the film's soundtrack. Number 6. An early working title for the film was You Are a Toy. Number 5. This is the only film in the Toy Story trilogy where the main villain is a human and not a toy. Number 4. Buzz Lightyear's name was inspired by Buzz Aldrin, the second man to walk on the moon, and the term Lightyear, which means the distance in which a beam of light travels in 1 year. Number 3. Buzz Lightyear was originally going to be called Lunar Larry. Number 2. It is possible that Sid Phillips developed pediophobia, which is a fear of dolls. It could have come about during the final act, when the toys all come to life in front of Sid. Number 1. According to medical and scientific studies, Buzz Lightyear suffers from narcissistic personality disorder. Okay guys, that's it for another episode of Film Trivia. Be sure to subscribe, leave your comments below, share it around with your friends, and keep an eye out for much more film trivia coming your way.